Welcome to the Automated Daily, Top News Edition. I'm your host, Trend Teller, bringing you the most important news from around the globe. Today is the 8th of August, 2023, and we have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. Starting with a chilling warning from a new scientific review, it seems that the future of Antarctica could be even more dire than we've seen so far. The review points to recent extremes such as record low sea ice levels, collapsing ice shelves, and surface temperatures soaring up to 38.5 C above average. The study underscores the urgent need for immediate and drastic action to limit global heating. The rate of ice sheet loss from Antarctica is keeping pace with the worst-case predictions for ice loss under high greenhouse gas emission scenarios. The study concludes that future Antarctic extreme events will be more pronounced than those observed to date. Moving on to health news, a study from the Francis Crick Institute has found that different variants of COVID-19 can affect the brain in different ways. The study exposed brain cells to multiple strains of the virus and discovered that while all variants caused stress to brain cells, the specific cells affected varied with the type of variant. The research also found that the virus can disrupt the integrity of the blood-brain barrier, potentially allowing immune cells to enter the brain and trigger inflammation. This study could pave the way for further investigations into the impact of the virus on the brain and the potential protective effects of vaccination. 2023 is shaping up to be the hottest year on record, with an 85% chance of breaking the previous record, according to climate scientist Zeke Housefather. The rapidly strengthening El Niño weather pattern and an unprecedentedly hot summer are contributing to the rising temperatures. July 2023 was confirmed as the warmest month on record, with temperatures around 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit, 1.5 degrees Celsius, warmer than the pre-industrial average. The El Niño pattern, along with human-caused climate change, is driving the increase in temperatures. Some scientists believe that 2023 may just be a precursor to an even hotter year in 2024. A global study suggests that air pollution is contributing to the rise in antibiotic resistance, which poses a significant threat to human health worldwide. The study, which analyzed data from over 100 countries, found that increased air pollution is linked to rising antibiotic resistance across every country and continent. The link between air pollution and antibiotic resistance has strengthened over time, with higher levels of air pollution coinciding with larger increases in resistance. The study suggests that curbing air pollution could help reduce antibiotic resistance and its associated deaths and economic costs. Turning to international news, at least 7 people, including 5 civilians, were killed in an attack on the city of Pokrovsk in Donetsk. The attack damaged a nearby hotel and pizzeria used by correspondents. 2 men were injured in Russian shelling in Kazacha Lopan in Kharkiv region. Russian air defense in Belgorod claimed to have shot down 2 drones. The tanker hit in the Kerch Strait by Ukrainian drones has been repaired and is ready to be towed to a shipyard. Ukraine's security service foiled a plot to assassinate President Zelensky. Poland accused Belarus and Russia of orchestrating another migration influx into the EU to destabilize the region. Russia claimed its troops had advanced 3 kilometers along the Kupiansk front in northeast Ukraine. In tech news, China has released draft rules to restrict the use of facial recognition technology by businesses in favor of non-biometric methods of personal identification. The proposed policy requires individual consent and a specific purpose for using facial recognition. The draft rules also encourage the use of national systems if facial recognition is used. The restrictions apply to airports, hotels, stations, banks, stadiums, exhibition halls, and other business establishments, unless required by law. The draft is open for public comment until September 7th. This move comes as companies have reportedly used facial recognition technology to target the Uyghur Muslim minority in China. The Chinese government has been accused of intentionally flooding the city of Zhuzhou and other areas to protect Beijing's high-tech sector from record flooding. The floods have trapped residents for days and have caused the evacuation of over 1 million people. The decision to open flood zones in Hebei province to protect urban areas near Beijing has angered residents who believe that the government prioritized the capital over their safety. The floods have also caused damage to food crops and fueled public anger towards the government. Reports have also emerged that funds earmarked for recovery have been misused by local officials in neighboring Henan province. The Chinese government has censored any mention of these reports on social media. The floods have also raised concerns about the country's agricultural output and its ability to adapt to climate change. China's exports fell by 14.5% in July compared to the previous year, while imports tumbled by 12.4%, according to customs data. This decline in trade adds pressure on the ruling Communist Party to revive the country's flagging economy. The decline in exports is the largest since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Chinese leaders are attempting to boost business and consumer activity, but economic growth has slowed, and demand for Chinese exports has cooled. The government has not yet announced large-scale stimulus spending or tax cuts. Exports to the United States fell by 23%, while imports from the U.S. decreased by 11.1%. China's trade surplus with the U.S. narrowed by 27% to $30.3 billion. Exports to the European Union also slumped by 39.5%. A study conducted by University College Cork and Exeter University has found that the speed at which the Earth approaches critical levels of climate change could be as dangerous as reaching those levels. The study suggests that disruptively rapid rates of climate change could create new tipping points, with humans and ecosystems unable to adapt. The researchers used mathematical modeling to observe similar effects in ecosystems and human-made systems. The study highlights the need for deeper understanding and recognition of rate-induced tipping by climate policymakers. Finally, in the United States, there is a rise in coronavirus cases, but free testing is no longer widely accessible. The Biden administration stopped mailing test kits to households in June, and major insurers no longer cover over-the-counter tests. This has led to individuals having to weigh the cost of testing for every symptom or potential exposure. The lack of accessible testing is concerning as it may lead to preventable hospitalizations and the spread of the virus. And that's a wrap for today's edition of the Automated Daily. I'm Trend Teller, and I'll be back tomorrow with more top news stories. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a great day.